So what does it look like to grade on a 4-point scale in Canvas? Logistically, what does it look like? Well, obviously, you're going to make all of your assignments out of 4 points. That's a given. But you're really thinking about grading in a different way. Instead of thinking 4 is 100%, 2 is 50%, 0 is 0%, you're thinking of it in terms of how the student's done in comparison to your expectations. So 4 is exceeding your expectations, 3 is meeting your expectations, 2 is getting close to meeting but hasn't quite gotten there yet, and then a 1 means that you really are not there yet for whatever reason. Either means you don't understand the concept or you really haven't engaged in the work sufficiently. 0 then can be used as no evidence, like you don't have any evidence, because it's not saying that it's still questionable as to whether like you have 0 knowledge on this concept, but if you're just talking about completion, then 0 is appropriate there. I wouldn't put a 0 in for an assessment until they take it, and then you put it in here as what do they understand. Now that's one thing, but Canvas will not understand what you're trying to do. If you have a 2 for approaching, it's going to say that's an F because 2 out of 4 is a 50%. So you need to change your grading scale. And the way you do that is you go down here to the bottom to Settings, you click on Settings, you make sure that you are in the Course Details tab up here, and then as you go down to Grading Scheme over here, there's a little button that allows you to view grading schemes. You might need to check this box as well. And this shows you what the current grading scheme is. Now, I've already been playing around with this, so this shows all the different schemes that are in there. You can select a different grading scheme by clicking on this button here, and you'll see that Nick Hadley has already created a bunch of grading scales for you, and one of them is a 4-point scale. So if you click on that, you'll see he has already put in the percentages here. 0 to 20 is no basis, 20 to 45 is not proficient, 45 to 70 is nearly, and so on. Now, if you don't like these scores, or if you do like these scores, I should start off with, you just click on this Use This Grading Scale, and that is now your grading scale. Done. You move on to your next thing. But if you don't like it, then you can manage those grading schemes down here. Click on that. It'll pop up Grading Schemes. This shows a little more detail in here. You'll notice that all these are grayed out because you can't modify these. These are ones that come from the system. Now I can do this one, this new grading scheme, because I created it. So you can edit one that you've created. You can see I've messed around and created a couple different ones. But you can't modify any of these other ones. And so if you want to create your own, you go up here to Add Grading Scheme, click on that, give it a name, Dustin's Grading Scheme, or just Dustin's Grading, and then you go through and you say, I don't want any minuses, so you can get rid of these. You can add one between the A and B here if you want to by clicking that plus sign. It'll add another space here for whatever reason you want to add something in. And you'll notice you can't change the top range because it always goes to 100%, but you can change the bottom. And so if you want if you want this F instead to be like a no pass, something like that, you can do those things. And then you can just change the numbers. So calculate it however you want to. But it should be somewhere on the order of 0 to 20 in the D range, 20 to 40 for the C range, up to 20 to 40 should be the D range, 40 to 60 should be the C range, 60 to 80, somewhere in that realm. You can modify it and change it however you want to, but that is in that realm. Okay, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, please let me know. All right, take care.